Welcome back, everyone. Right before the trade deadline, there have been some crazy moves and possibly the biggest trade in recent NBA history. This week is also the Super Bowl, so we will be giving out our takes and predictions for the game. I'm your host, Joe Antonucci, and this week we are glad to have Sebastian back, along with Logan Patel. Welcome to the Sports Lounge. We are back, Sebastian. Good to have you back.
Yeah, excited to be back after my 1 week absence. A little under the weather last week.
That's what he says.
Couldn't make it.
He's sick.
Couldn't make it. But yeah, happy to be back. Missed a lot of action, especially in the NBA. But didn't miss much in the NFL because it was the Pro Bowl week. But
yeah. All right, good to have you back. So the first thing, we will get into the bigger trade, but first trade was a big one, De'Aaron Fox trade.
Yeah.
3-team deal. Spurs acquired De'Aaron Fox. The Bulls send Zach LaVine to the Kings.
Yep.
And then the Bulls got some small pieces.
Yeah, they got Zach Collins, Trey Jones, Kevin Huerter, and their own 2025 pick back.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, first of all, I really like this trade for the Spurs. First of all, it looks like they're making a big push for the playoffs, and getting a guy like Fox to pair it with Wemby is just great. They needed someone else to pair alongside Wemby, and Chris Paul, he's good at giving Wemby the rock, but he's not the old Chris Paul,
Yeah.
Just Fox has been playing the best basketball of his career this year, and I give him the A+.
Yeah, this is a win for the Spurs, I'd say, because this is a move that was required if they wanted to make a push at the play-in and maybe into one of the top six. I'm not sure they'll get into the top six, but they'll definitely get a top 10 seed. Yeah, they needed to pair somebody up with Wemby, and I think Fox is that perfect fit because he's much more of an offensive threat scoring the ball than Chris Paul is. And Fox comes in as second most points off a pick and roll.
Oh.
Wemby's 7th. Chris Paul is actually first.
Okay.
So that pick and roll with Fox and Wemby is going to be lethal, and they're going to scare a lot of teams. Maybe not this year, but in the coming years, they have a bright future.
Yeah, also, I really like this trade for the Kings as well. They get Zach LaVine. They also get three first and 3 second-round picks. And getting a guy like Zach LaVine, they already have DeRozan, pretty old, but they also have Sabonis. And, Fox, I'm not sure if they really liked him that much, if they wanted to deal him.
I think they were ready to get rid of him because Fox said he wasn't going to re-sign in the summer. He always wanted to go to the Spurs. He wanted to pair up with Wemby, and they eventually got that done. Fox had a ton of leverage on the Kings. He said he was leaving anyway, so the Kings needed to get some picks back, and they ended up getting Zach LaVine. I kind of like the trade for the Bulls because they get rid of a big contract. Yeah. The Bulls are still a rebuilding stage, trying to get back to some form of relevancy. So getting rid of LaVine gives them a lot of cap space, and they get a first-round pick back.
Yeah,
they get their own pick back. Go ahead, Joe.
I was just gonna say, I think it's good for the Kings getting a lot of picks back. And then Zach LaVine, I think he's a good player from what I've seen. Not like a top tier player, but
he's not his old self, but he was hurt last year, hurt this year, came back. Playing great right now.
Also with 3 first-rounders, I think that's huge. For him, so.
Definitely.
You could.
Yeah. What?
You were gonna say something.
No, I was agreeing.
Oh.
Yeah, I was agreeing.
Jimmy Butler is still on the Heat. Where do we think?
Yeah, he's trying to force his way to the Suns.
You think that happens?
It's gonna happen.
It'll happen.
It'll happen maybe Thursday or Wednesday. But if he doesn't get to the Suns
he's not playing.
If he doesn't get to the Suns by Thursday, he's gonna probably reopen talks with the Warriors just so he can get some basketball playing the rest of the season. Because as of right now, he's suspended indefinitely by the Heat.
He'll be suspended most likely for the whole season if he doesn't get it together, and if the Heat don't get a trade done, which they should, because
I'm assuming they're gonna get a deal done, but it depends on just which team.
Yeah, Jimmy's kind of being a cancer right now. He, like we said last episode, he didn't even go to the team plane. He said he'll meet him there. Just get him away.
Why does he not want to play for them?
The Heat are refusing to extend him. They're refusing to give him money, and he's pretty much holding out. Like we've seen a lot in the NFL, he's pretty much holding out.
Chris
and
Jones
the Heat,
last year.
the Heat have pretty much just suspended him for the rest of the season because he's committed multiple acts of like conduct detrimental to the team or something like that. Yeah, they suspended him for the whole season. And he's been trying to get a trade for like the last month and a half to the Suns.
Yeah, you see the NFL teams, they like give in a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna pay the guy that wants more money. But I mean, you see in the NBA, the Heat, for example, though, they're not budging, and they're not letting Jimmy Butler control them. So,
how much do you think they could get for a guy like Jimmy Butler?
They could.
If they go with the Suns.
They could definitely get at least 1 to 2 first-round picks, I'd say. Even though he's an aging star.
Still a star. He's still Jimmy Butler.
The Suns, I'd assume if they would get the deal done, they would move on from Bradley Beal, even though he has a no-trade clause in there. I'm not sure how that works. But
they have to.
He would have to waive the no-trade clause.
Yeah.
I think they move on from him and 1 or 2 first-round picks, and that'll get a deal done.
Yeah, Bradley Beal, any player with a no-trade clause can be traded, but they can pick where they want to go.
Mm-hmm.
So if Bradley Beal wants to go to the Heat, that trade will happen. But if he doesn't, then it's not going to happen.
But do the Heat even want Bradley Beal? His contract is huge, and he's getting old. Do they even want him? They're trying to build around a young core of Hero, Adebayo. Yeah. They got really good young pieces on the Heat. So would they even want Bradley Beal?
Yeah, they just picked up Rozier, a little veteran guy, just to like mentor these younger guys. You know, Hero really he's been really good this year, and they got Jaime Jaquez, rookie last year. I mean, they don't need a guy like Jimmy Butler anymore, to be honest.
Yeah.
Getting into definitely, I'd say the biggest trade of our lifetimes.
Probably ever.
One of the biggest trades
the
ever.
Only one that compares to this. I mean, obviously we weren't alive. Is maybe Kareem when he got traded to the Lakers from the Bucks. I mean, I couldn't tell you who the Lakers even gave up to get him, but
so the Jazz. We'll start off with the Jazz.
Okay.
They get Jalen Hood,
Shafino.
A second from the Lakers and a second from the Mavericks. The Mavs get Anthony Davis, Max Christie, and a first from the Lakers. Mm-hmm. And the Lakers get Maxi Kleber, Markieff Morris, and Luka Doncic.
Yeah. So
unbelievable.
This is crazy.
So I'll start with the Jazz real quick. They basically got Shafino and a couple seconds, and they gave up nothing.
Yeah.
So you can't really grade the trade for them because they gave up nothing and they got pieces. But the Mavericks, this could go down as one of the worst trades for them of all time. This could set them back 5 to 10 years because you're trading away a player in Luka who I'm pretty sure he averaged second most points per game in the playoffs all time. Wow. I think the only one is Michael Jordan ahead of him. So you're talking about a player that's only 25 years old, and in the last 5 years in the first round of playoff series, averages 30 points in all of them. So when he was 21, he played the Clippers with Kawhi and Paul George, averaged 35 points.
Damn.
And almost got him across the line. But obviously the Clippers had a better team back then. So this is a generational player. This is a face of the franchise player. And to move on from him to get older Anthony Davis, only 1 first-round pick, this could be one of the worst trades in history for them.
I will tell you this. The Mavs' odds to win the finals have went up.
So I was going to say they go and make a playoff run. Does that make it look any better?
Not unless they win the finals.
No, I'll say this is probably one of the worst trades in NBA history if they don't win the finals in the next 2 or 3 years. They're trading away.
Give them a couple years,
they're trading away their franchise guy. They're trading a 25-year-old megastar, not even a superstar. He's above that. He's a megastar,
global icon.
Mm-hmm. And then the Lakers are given a guy that's nicknamed Street Clothes because he's injured so many. They call him Glass Man. Yeah. Yes, Anthony Davis is playing the best basketball he's been playing since he was on the Pelicans, but still, I mean, I don't know how the Lakers did that. They absolutely robbed the Mavs. And now the Lakers are setting themselves up for the future. And now they have their player for the next decade.
Yeah, I'm not sure why you would do this. The only thing that I would have an explanation is that there had to have been something in that front office that they didn't like him. Because
the GM,
the Mavs said Nico Harrison said they were terrified to pay Luka that $350 million.
Right.
And how are you going to be terrified?
Yeah.
I mean, they said they were scared of his conditioning, saying pretty much saying he was out of shape.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if he's 600 pounds. If he's averaging a 30-point triple-double, you pay the man.
Yeah, they're saying that he wasn't worth the supermax, but guys like Tatum have the supermax. Jaylen Brown has the supermax.
And they're on the same team.
Shea's going to get the supermax. If they're worth the supermax, why isn't Luka worth the supermax?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not really sure where he was going with that. But over the last 2 years, Nico Harrison I can tell he hasn't liked Luka because Luka said he came out and said that he fired all the guys that he liked, all the staff that he liked. And Luka actually came out today and said, I knew this was coming eventually. I just tried to take the high road.
Oh, wow. Did not see that. Wow.
Yeah. But this is one of the most shocking trades I've ever seen. The Lakers absolutely fleece them because they get a face of the franchise guy for the next decade. They're going to be contenders for the next decade just with Luka alone.
Yeah.
And there's still 2 days left in the before the trade deadline. If they can get a big man to pair up with Luka, LeBron already said he's going to take a step back in the offense. He's going to play more off the ball.
He's going to have to, yeah.
Just because that.
Because Luka is so ball dominant, and so is LeBron. But I feel like in this stage of LeBron's career, obviously not in his prime anymore, still putting up some good numbers. But I just feel like LeBron will play even better now that he has a guy that will have the ball, starting off with the ball every possession.
Yeah.
But
the Mavs, they could have got so much more from this trade if they put up Luka for auction.
Yeah, they
so many
called
teams.
they called one team. Now it's the Lakers.
There's so many teams.
They did not shop him.
There's so many teams with like multiple first-round picks, maybe into the double digits. Look at teams like the Rockets, the Nets, even the Thunder. But Thunder would never trade for Luka just because of where they're at right now.
Yeah.
They have 16 first-round picks in the next,
pretty sure the Nets have
5 years.
double-digit first-round picks that they could have gave. But I can see from the Mavs' point of view, they only wanted Anthony Davis. They were not trying to build for the future with all the picks that they got. But contrary to that, why would you not
try to
get more first-round picks from the Lakers?
Yeah.
Lakers have a 27 pick, a 29 pick, and a 31 pick. So they only get one of those.
You think they could have maybe even gotten if
They could have got
the pick?
They could have got
Reeves?
Dalton Connect. They could have got Reeves.
Reeves, yeah.
Lakers.
They could
Lakers only
have
gave
got AD with, anybody. DK, Dalton Connect, Reeves, Rui. Way more than that one first round pick. They could have gotten AD. Let's just say they could have got AD, Reeves, and 4 first round picks.
Probably, and that would be the correct payment for a player like Luka.
Yeah.
The Lakers absolutely underpaid, and I'll give this trade an A+++, unlimited, because you get a player. Like I said, face of the franchise next decade.
Yeah.
He's a global icon.
Mm-hmm.
You get an international player. He has an international fan base. This is a player that has box office. He makes fans come into the stadium. You want to watch Luka play.
Just for him.
And you watch Luka is going to pair up with LeBron now. So it's going to be like LeBron passing the torch to Luka. And this is a great trade.
It says that their playoff chances went down, but I feel like it went up after this to win.
You don't get worse after trading for Luka Doncic.
I don't.
And the Mavs, they get significantly worse. I know people are going to say they're getting better on the defensive side, but who is really leading their backcourt other than Kyrie?
Yeah.
Kyrie and who? Nobody. The Mavericks already had a great defense. They had a top 10 defense going back to last year's trade deadline. So you look back a year, they've had a top 10 defense. So why even trade for a guy like Anthony Davis? It doesn't make any sense to me.
Because Anthony Davis will play the 4. He'll play power forward, and I think we're going to see Pelicans Anthony Davis. I really do, because they got Gafford and Lively at the 5, and you got Kyrie, Clay, P.J. Washington. That's a great lineup. I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they got a great chance to win the finals this year.
I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that. Last year, Luka carried them to the finals, and you trade away that guy. You don't trade Luka. You don't trade a guy like Luka.
Yeah.
And now he's on the Lakers. Lakers obviously get better from this. Their offense is going to be one of the top 5 in the league. Luka and LeBron, those are the 2 greatest scorers of all time.
Yeah.
Those are 2 of the 3 players to average 25, 7, and 7 throughout a career.
I will say this: the Lakers definitely 100% get better, but I don't see them contending for the finals unless they get it big. If they get it big, I I'd like them as the favorites.
Yeah,
I
me
don't
too.
see how they wouldn't be the favorites with a guy like Luka, Reeves. I don't know. Reeves might get sent away if they try to bring in another big, but for now, Luka, Reeves, Bron, Rui, and a big whoever they bring in. A guy like Miles Turner or Nick Claxton from the Nets.
Do they have
maybe,
to trade?
Yeah, we're gonna
They're
have to
gonna
trade.
You
Yeah,
just go pick someone off like from Europe, or is that
Really,
not how it works?
You probably can do that, but I don't think the Lakers are going to go that route. They're going to trade for a guy like Podol,
Yeah.
Claxton, Miles Turner, just some mid-tier big that can get them over that hump because their offense is going to average 120 to 125 points a game.
For the Lakers, I would like a guy like Nick Claxton. He's young. He could pair with Luka well. Lob threat,
yeah.
great defensive guy. Just a lob threat alone is enough just to get Luka even more open looks and off the pick and roll. Luka does like the pick and roll. Luka will go off the pick and roll. He can lob it. He goes shoot. Luka's like you can't stop him from mid range.
You can't stop him at all.
You can't, yeah.
He's one of the greatest scorers all time I've ever seen. I watched him play. He scores from the mid-range. He could throw lobs. He could shoot threes.
Only at
What can
25.
he do?
And his game, he's not that fast, like twitchy player, man. He plays slow, but he knows how to play, man. It's crazy. Like he's shooting 30-foot threes,
Exactly.
and he's draining them on a nightly basis.
He pretty much plays the same as LeBron, just less athletic and a better shooter. So I mean, and the Mavericks, they're saying 270 pounds, this and that, conditioning.
I watched him come off that plane in L.A.
No way.
He is not 270 pounds. On God, he's not 270 pounds.
No way. He's not 270.
Yeah, no.
That's crazy. I mean,
He didn't
but
look
even
that
then,
fat.
think about this. He's 6'7".
Yeah.
So maybe he's a little bit out of shape, and obviously you saw it last year in the finals. He lost his cool. He got frustrated so easily. Fouled out of Game 3 against the Celtics,
Yeah.
and I think looking back to that series, that might be a series that got him traded. His conditioning, he looked slow.
Yeah.
He wasn't playing any defense. That might have actually got him traded. Looking back, but still, you don't pull the plug that quick on a
On your
potential
franchise.
highest paid player of all time.
Yeah.
That's how good he was.
I think he was definitely.
you don't
getting
pull the
that.
plug that quick on a player that's about to enter his prime for a player that's exiting his prime.
Even if they were dead set on trading him, why wouldn't you just let him finish this one last
One more playoff run.
and then go into the summer and shop him around and get
more
10 times
opportunities.
more than what they got?
Yeah.
They could have still gotten AD. Like they could have gotten anybody in the league besides Shea, Jokic,
Yeah, Giannis,
Tatum,
I
maybe
don't think they would
Giannis,
trade Giannis.
maybe.
Yeah. Maybe Tatum.
Yeah.
There's only like 4 to 5 untouchables. Wemby, Jokic,
Yeah, Wemby.
Shea, Tatum maybe.
I think Tatum's
yeah.
probably untouchable. I mean,
I don't think
I
the
was
Celtics
saying
would
I was
trade
saying
Tatum.
Luka.
Celtics never trade
I was saying Luka's untouchable. Look what just happened.
Yeah.
It's truly crazy.
So pretty much anybody can get traded
Steph.
other
you
than
think?
maybe Wemby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
If
Wemby,
Luka's
Jokic.
not untouchable, who is?
Exactly.
All right, that was the crazy trade. So we're moving on to the NFL now, though. Pretty big hiring. Raiders. You guys are Raiders fans.
Yeah.
Raiders hired Pete Carroll along with Chip Kelly for their offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
Hey,
What
I'm
do you guys
happy
think
about
this?
the hire. Happy about the hire
I
of Pete Carroll.
Yeah.
Got to get some veteran leadership in this group. We really needed a veteran to come in, set the record straight. We need to lay a foundation because ever since we had Gruden the second time when he came back to Vegas, we've just been shambles, no identity, nothing. So getting Pete Carroll, and I like the guy Spytek that we got for the GM.
Yeah.
We're going to look to probably trade up for a QB. I don't know if I really want to at this point. I'm not really dead set on either prospect.
I'm not sure we will have to trade up for a QB. I think
Yeah.
as of right now, like I'm seeing mock drafts where Shador is falling to 6,
Yeah.
especially with Myles Garrett now requesting a trade. We'll get to that later. But now I could see the Raiders getting a guy like Shador. And going back to Pete Carroll, I like Pete Carroll because he has that experience. He's won a Super Bowl. And, this past years we've been getting head coaches like Josh McDaniels was an offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
AP was the linebacker coach.
Yeah.
Rich Bisaccia, great.
Special teams.
I love him, but he was a special teams coach. And, yeah, I was just tired of seeing these guys with no experience become the Raiders head coach, and it just doesn't pan out, and they get fired after 1 year.
Exactly.
Now I like Pete Carroll because he's got the experience, he's got the Super Bowl, he's got he's got everything,
And he's going to provide some stability for at least the next 2 to 3 years for whoever we get at quarterback. So it's not going to be a revolving door every year, new OC, new coach. So you're going to be able to develop in the system, learn under Pete, learn under Chip, and I think looking towards the future, we can be good.
Yeah, and then Pete will set it up for whoever will become the head coach after him. Maybe he wants it to be Chip Kelly. Chip Kelly also has head coaching experience.
I don't know about Chip being the head coach.
No, Chip Kelly, he's not ready for.
No,
an
I don't think
NFL
I don't think he wants to even go back to.
He's
coaching
been an
in the
NFL coach.
Failed twice.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Failed twice. Eagles ruined.
Yeah.
Niners ruined. No
head
way.
coach wise, he's not.
Yeah, no,
I don't think he's
so.
there right now. And then
Well, you see, hold on. Todd Bowles, terrible for the Jets. Terrible.
The Jets
for the
also had a terrible squad.
also you got to think at Todd Bowles, I think offensive court Liam Cohen saved him. The year before, I'm blanking on his name.
No, I forgot it.
Went to the
guy.
Panthers.
Yeah. Canales.
Yeah. He did a great job with
Baker,
incoming Baker, helping him. That defense had already been pretty good with Devin White, Antoine Winfield, Vita Vea.
Yeah.
They just got Yaya Diaby.
Yep.
You got a bunch of guys. I feel like those really helped him. I still think, like, defensively wise, he's one of the best defensive coaches in the league. But, I mean, you see a lot of people this year hating on him for his head coach moves.
Yeah.
He makes a lot of not very great decisions.
I see that, but, he's not a bad head coach. He's not going
to not at all. There's a lot worse.
Yeah.
They are.
But the only thing on Pete Carroll, when I first saw it, I was thinking maybe back to the Urban Meyer situation where Urban Meyer took off a couple years of coaching and then came back. But I think Pete Carroll's a much better coach than Urban Meyer.
Yeah.
Also, Urban Meyer was coaching college.
Yeah.
So I think Carroll could definitely have success with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Depending on who
Hopefully.
they draft this year.
I'm not completely dead set on Chip Kelly. Man, we have not had any good offensive coordinators. We really haven't.
Yeah.
And then I like the defensive stability though. We get Patrick Graham back, and if we want to keep Max Crosby, he's been preaching about stability.
Yeah.
And I think there's a big move in helping him stay. Hopefully he stays.
Yeah.
Hopefully he stays. He says he's a Raider for life, but I don't know who I believe anymore these days.
Exactly.
And then I like the Chip Kelly move because I want a guy like Travion Henderson or Quinshon Judkins in the draft, and that'll for sure help.
Yeah, we got a couple more hirings. The Cowboys hire head coach Brian Schottenheimer now.
Yeah, the Cowboys are a joke.
Yeah.
Man.
That's not.
I don't know what's up with Jerry.
Where did that guy even come from?
He was the OC before.
Was he?
Yeah, he was the OC.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know what's up with Jerry, man. He's just hiring the wrong guys. He hasn't made a good decision in forever. And when I saw this hire, I got a notification on my phone. I absolutely laughed.
Yeah.
Because the Cowboys are just a joke now.
That team is too good to tank, too. You can't
Exactly.
Like, they have too many athletes and playmakers
And I think
to tank.
Schottenheimer, he's going to be a one and done.
Yeah.
If they're not, I don't think they're going to be successful this year. They're not going to have I don't think they're going to have a winning record.
Yeah. I don't see that. I mean, it's not like they're going to win the division anyways.
No.
They got to go through the Commanders and the Eagles.
Yeah, no way.
And with Dak Prescott, I don't see it happening at all.
No.
I would have rather seen them get Deion, Coach Prime.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was probably their first choice, but I'm not sure Deion was ready to leave Colorado yet. I'm not sure he was ready to leave the NFL if it wasn't going to be with Shador.
For sure.
Yeah. It would have been hard for them to trade up.
Yeah, I don't think they were even going to try to trade.
He would have to trade up for Shador and get rid of Dak.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was the best fit for him. But the Cowboys probably did want him, but
And that would have made so many headlines. Prime back with the Cowboys. I know Jerry was dreaming of that, and they ended up getting this guy Schottenheimer.
Yeah.
They're not going to be successful this year. He's getting fired at the end of the season.
And I'm not sure. I don't think Deion would have. I think he likes recruiting. He likes going out and in the transfer portal.
I think he does like college ball.
And that's something you do in college. You don't do that. You don't need to recruit in the NFL. Obviously you scout, but you have scouts for that.
Yeah.
I think he likes recruiting, going to that transfer portal,
Yeah.
getting those kids, teaching them young. So.
yeah, it fits him. And these high school kids want to play for him. They want to learn under him. He's got that experience clearly.
Yep.
He's Deion Sanders. So they just want to go play for him.
Another hiring, Aaron Glenn to the Jets.
I
do you think
like
about
this
that?
hire. I mean, again, another coordinator, and the Jets, their past offensive coordinator, or their past head coaches, Saleh,
I didn't think
I'm not
he was
gonna
that
say
bad.
he wasn't that bad. He just didn't have a great relationship
Yeah.
with the team.
Yeah.
I gotta say, he built a good defense, and you hire another defensive coordinator, Aaron Glenn, no experience as a head coach.
Yeah.
So it's a risky move for the Jets, but I think Glenn was dead set on this job. He wasn't taking a job anywhere else. Obviously, former player for the Jets, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, he wasn't going anywhere else.
I don't really have anything on this. I mean, again, it's a coordinator. We haven't seen him as a head coach. The Lions, great defensively, but that's also due to their pieces on defense. Like, their defense is amazing. They obviously lost Aiden Hutchinson, but going back to Aaron Glenn, we have no clue how he's going to be as a head coach.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that Jets team, very talented as well. So I feel like definitely they're 100% going to be better next year.
Do you know
They're gonna move on from Rodgers and probably Adams.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
do we know what pick they have?
They have the 7th pick right after the Raiders.
I mean, is there a chance they go quarterback?
I don't
Try
think
to-
so.
I don't think so. But
I think they're gonna.
'Cause you got
Oof,
Brees
I'm not
Hall,
sure, actually.
you got Garrett Wilson, you got couple young stars.
no, but I saw this a couple of months ago. I think is if Rodgers stays, Garrett Wilson's more than likely going to
Gonna
request a
request,
trade.
yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He doesn't like.
I think they're moving on from Rodgers. I don't
Okay.
think Aaron Glenn wants to keep that around. He doesn't want to keep.
You go try to pick someone up in free agency. Like,
I think they're gonna try.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they're gonna get
Maybe
anybody,
they could
though.
go for a guy like Sam Darnold.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I don't know if
he'd
Sam
wanna
Darnold wants to go back
there.
to the Jets, man. That's a toxic organization.
I know Jameis was asking where he should sign.
Yeah. Asking Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, maybe the Jets just wait till next year to take a QB. Next year's QB
Tank.
class will include Arch. They're not going to be good next year, I don't think. Their offense, they have on paper, they have probably one of the most stacked rosters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So many young stars,
did not
offensive
perform.
side, defensive side. Just
Cra-
they had no
crazy.
chemistry on the team.
You look at that paper and like two years ago. Look at their roster 2 years ago. It's crazy. Like on paper, like all them names.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna have to see how Aaron Glenn actually manages those two because they could both be headaches, especially Devontae with that massive contract.
Yeah.
See where he goes. He's probably gonna
Rodgers with his contract.
Rodgers and Devontae are both gonna probably have new teams next year.
Probably
Probably Rodgers
gonna-
doesn't even retire. I feel like he might retire.
Yeah.
there's
Does
a
anybody
chance.
even want him anymore?
No.
Yeah, after this past, I mean,
No.
there's definitely like I think that.
Maybe Tennessee.
Titans.
Maybe Tennessee takes a risk on him.
But they're not going to pay him that much.
No
unless
way.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is Aaron Rodgers the type of guy to take a?
Like a minimum.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know.
No, he won't. He'll just retire at that point.
Yeah, I'd say maybe they take him.
He'll take another.
Draft Travis. Wait till next year. I feel like because this.
They ain't getting Travis.
He got
Hunter.
the first pick.
Yeah.
Travis Hunter.
Who you talking
The
about?
Titans.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the Jets.
No,
Oh.
no. Yeah, maybe they just wait till next year, like a lot of these teams are gonna do.
Yeah, maybe he'll take another ayahuasca retreat.
Final little point before we get into our Super Bowl predictions. Myles Garrett has officially requested a trade from the Browns, Cleveland Browns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Good for Myles Garrett. He's finally gonna get out of there. The Browns, they were never gonna bring him a Super Bowl or any kind of success
Yeah.
during the season. So
One of the best
finally,
defensive linemen.
he's
He
one of the best D linemen in the league.
Yeah.
finally realized that there's nothing going on in Cleveland. There never was anything going on in Cleveland.
Nope.
And it's just one of, if not the worst franchise in NFL history.
It's got to be the worst.
I
It
thought
has to be.
There could have been something that second year with Baker when they made it
Yeah.
to the playoffs, beat the Steelers.
but
Yeah.
then guess what they
But
do? They
then-
traded away Baker.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then it just went downhill.
Yeah, I thought the Browns, kind of came to life a little bit. Found something,
Yeah.
but just
Yeah. Baker
Bad
leads them-
decisions.
Bakers lead them to their first ever playoff win.
And
And now-
And then they get rid of him. They dump him for Watson, who didn't play a game in almost a year and a half. So
they
look
they
at
see
the
what
upper
happened with
management.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, look at
And
that
then-
management.
Yeah, going back to Myles Garrett, he's got a couple of trade destinations. I think the Raiders, Commanders, Titans,
Say Bills.
Jets, Bills. Yeah,
Yeah.
but
I don't know the
I don't
Commanders.
know what. I don't even know what his trade worth would be.
I think it would have to be a pretty good player and a first round pick or 2 first round picks.
Would the Commanders trade a couple of their older guys that they picked up for him?
They're
you
all
think?
on. They're all on 1 year deals.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure
Yeah.
if they're going to even be able to trade them.
Okay.
See who he.
I'm not sure they. I'm not sure they would. I mean, every team wants him, but I'm not sure they're willing to give up the amount he's worth for him.
Exactly. Yeah. I would love to see him on the Raiders paired up with Max.
That would be
An insane D-line.
unbelievable.
We would have a lethal D line, but I'm not sure if we can even.
How much they could give up.
I'm not sure what we can even give up. We
Yeah.
still have a young budding
Yeah.
squad. Can we even give up picks to go get this one guy?
Oh my God, maybe Tyree Wilson.
Yeah.
And
it would have to include Tyree.
yeah, it would have to be Tyree and not this year's first, but next
first.
year's first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd probably be our most likely deal. I'm not even sure if the Browns would accept that. They're definitely going to shop him.
Yeah.
Get their best offer.
Definitely.
So it's not like, I mean, Garrett probably does have a lot of leverage on them, but they're going to shop him 100%.
Yeah.
All right, getting into our Super Bowl predictions. The Chiefs are 1.5 point favorites. So I don't know. Do you want to just give our takes and then our predictions?
Yeah,
or?
I'm not going to predict it yet.
Okay. Let's
The
talk about it a little bit.
Eagles probably have the better team.
100%.
They definitely have the better team. They're probably going to dominate the line of scrimmage on both offense and defense. They have the better receiving core 100%. The only thing they don't have better is a quarterback.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they got the better O-line, and the
Yep.
better
They've
receivers.
always had
running backs.
one of the best lines in the
Yeah,
league.
and then I as long as Jalen Hurts plays his game and plays the Eagles' game,
Yeah, as
I
long
don't think
as
there's a way they could lose.
he's that game manager he's been
Mm-hmm.
all season. As long as he doesn't turn over the ball, they have a great chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Eagles, if like you said, Hurts just got to manage the game.
Mm-hmm.
Don't turn the ball over. No mistakes. But I feel like the Chiefs are just going to outscore them. I don't know.
The Chiefs?
I'm not. Ugh. This is going to be such a tough game to predict because both these teams, the Eagles, you would think they'd be the favorites with the way
Yeah.
their teams stack up.
Yeah.
But the Chiefs is coming off back to back. I don't know. I feel like they're going to get the three-peat. I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
You know,
Do you want to score predictions or?
well, I'll get there in a second. I'll get there.
Yeah, 1 minute.
So these two teams are probably my two most hated teams. I won't say hate, but not like teams.
Can't stand the Chiefs.
Yeah, I can't stand the Chiefs, can't stand the Eagles, but I'm gonna want the Eagles to win here.
Yeah.
I think Saquon Barkley, they definitely have the better team 100%. But I don't know if I can bet against Mahomes. I mean,
That's it.
the three-peat would be cool though.
Yeah.
It would be, and my God, we've seen this before. 2 years ago, seen the same exact thing.
I mean, are they even going to be allowed to beat the Chiefs?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna take the Chiefs.
Yeah.
I'll take the Chiefs.
I'm gonna take. I just think there's, and I don't mind the Eagles actually. I know a lot of people hate them, but I don't mind them. I don't think I like Hurts. I like Saquon.
I like the matchup. I think they match up well.
These are definitely the two best teams. You could switch in the Bills and Ravens in the AFC, but the Eagles are
Yeah.
definitely the best team in the NFC.
100%. Eagles are far and away the best team in the NFC.
Yeah.
If they matched up with the Lions, I think they would have done the same.
100%.
Not like the same score, but they would have done the same thing they did to the Commanders.
I
to
think
the
they
Lions.
definitely could have won by like 20 points.
100%.
Like,
Their team is
This game-
insane. I mean, their roster is just fully stacked.
Barkley, just absolutely crazy. I mean, that Commanders team doesn't even compare to that Eagles team.
No chance.
Yeah, but that Lions team, they'll give them more of a fight, but
Oh, yeah.
I don't see the Lions winning.
I think, so I'm going to take. I think the Eagles will win this game. I got them winning 38-28. I think it'll be a
10-point victory.
Eagles?
I do. Yeah. I think they score late to go up by 10.
Oof, man. This is going to be a field goal game, and the Chiefs are going to take it. I'm going to say 30. Dang, this is tough. I'm going to say 31-28 Chiefs. This is 100% going to be a game-winning field goal. As usual, the Chiefs are going to take it down to the wire. They're going to just stay close and let Mahomes make the plays whenever he needs to. That's what the Chiefs' recipe has been the past 3 seasons. I don't even remember the last time they really blew out a team in the playoffs.
Yeah.
It's always been close. Late touchdown, late field goal, late stop on defense. They haven't blown away a team.
But what they do in the playoffs is win.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's
it.
That's undeniable. And I saw on Instagram that they leaked the score. 41-38 Chiefs. Last Super Bowl that they matched up against each other.
35?
It was very high scoring. It was like
38,
38-35. Yeah. The only thing I'm rooting for is a high scoring game. Not 2018, 2017.
Patriots,
Rams, Patriots.
We got robbed.
That was terrible.
You know,
All right, real quick, we got robbed of a good Super Bowl that year. Should have been Brady versus Breeze.
Yep.
yeah.
And they missed the pass interference call. So yeah.
And I mean, now that I'm thinking, like, I do think there's definitely a world, 100% a world where the Chiefs win, just because the week when they played the Texans, they got out yard gained by 100.
They've been outplayed in every single game.
I saw the stat. It was teams were 49-0 when having 100 more yards and no turnovers.
Yeah.
Now they're 49-1 when the Texans had no turnovers and more than 100 yards than the Chiefs did.
Yeah, the Chiefs, they just find ways to win.
So
like I just said, keep the game close until the fourth. Let Mahomes do his magic, and that's the recipe to success.
Yeah, all they do, they win. It doesn't matter how they do it. Doesn't matter how many yards they put up. Doesn't matter how many points they put up. All that matters is they win.
All right, everyone. Well, make sure you tune in and watch the Super Bowl this weekend. We'll be back next week to give our takes on the game. I'm Joey Antonucci, and along with Sebastian Bruno and Logan Patel, thanks for watching tonight. See you next week.